Well, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
A few years ago, I had the very good fortune of doing a trip through the United States, and I stayed at a number of very nice hotels along the way, and I made up a list of some of those hotels. Some of them were good hotels, some of them were not so good, but the thing I enjoyed most was, it was certainly a great trip. I ended up in Los Angeles and stayed there for a couple of days, and while I was there I went to the Magic Castle, as no doubt some of you people have as well. But when I arrived back in Australia, I had inadvertently realized that I had forgotten to hand in the key and the key tag to the last hotel I stayed in Los Angeles. This was the key tag in question. So when I arrived home, I emailed them very quickly and said, I unfortunately haven't handed the key tag. Would you like me to send it back to you? And they replied to me, don't worry, we're changing over to those new magnetic keys. It just looks like a, you know, those magnetic strips that look like a credit card, that's right. So they said, as a favor, you can keep it as a memento. So this is the key tag, and I'm going to leave it up here in my pocket for just a moment. And I thought about what should I do with this key. And while I was thinking about it the other day, I'm very interested in numerology, and I thought I would try a little experiment that's based on numerology or the science of numbers. So I brought along with me a set of numbered cards from 1 to 9, 2, 4, 9, 3, 5, 7, 1, 6, 8, in a mixed up sort of order. I'm going to ask a few people in the audience to take a bunch of cards. Perhaps the gentleman over here, would you like to take a few cards? And would you like to take some as well? And maybe, yes, you can take some as well. Would those three people with the cards be kind of just to stand where you are? And give your cards a quick mix. Just give them a little mix. Okay. Now, Joe, this is where I want you to help me. I'm only going to use 2 sets of cards to arrive at a random 3-figure number. So I'd like you, Joe, to nominate one of those 3 people to hand the cards back to you. We're not going to use 2 people, but you can choose one of the people that we don't want to use. Craig, okay, you can put the cards on the table. Okay. The gentleman on the end, your name? Chris. Chris, gosh, you've got a good memory. Chris, what I'd like you to do is to look at your cards and give me one number. Just give me one of the numbers from your cards. 4. 4, okay, we'll put the numbers 4 on here. And your name, young man, is?
Jeff.
Jeff. Okay. Give me a number there.
8.
8, okay. Another number from you, Jeff? One that you haven't used? 2. 2, okay. Another number from you, young man? 1. And your last number?
9.
Sorry?
9.
9, okay. And your number?
6.
6, okay. Fine. I think you can take a seat, or you can you can collect the cards and put them on the table. That's fine. Thank you very much for that. Now, if we add these numbers up, we should theoretically arrive at a 3-digit random number because the numbers were called out in a random manner. So it's a 6, 1, a 7, 8, a 15. Carry 1, 1, 9, 10, 12, and 4, 16. 1, 6, 5. Everybody agree with my maths? Okay. Now, who was the person you handed the cards back to? Yes, that's right. I want you to look at those numbers, 1, 6, 5, and I want you to choose one. Just choose one of those numbers, and when you've made up your mind, I want you to call out that number. What have you chosen?
6.
Number 6. Okay. Let's look at the hotel that appears next to number 6. Would you call it out?
Sure.
Now, had he chosen number 1, we would have ended up with Ramada Inn. Or had he chosen number 5, it would have been a Clarion. But you chose number 6, Sheraton. Is that correct? Okay. And the key tag in my pocket, I'm going to go over to you and ask you, would you call out the name of the hotel and my room number?
Sheraton Hotel 165.
And that's exactly right.